Now a CBS 46 crime alert. The search is on for a killer in Sandy Springs. It has been nearly a year since someone stabbed 71-year-old Kay Thomason to death in her home. Police tell us they are now hopeful they will find who killed her. CBS 46's Ashley Thompson is live in Sandy Springs with an update. Ashley.
Alicia, police say they want justice for Kay. She was living alone inside of this house behind me when she was brutally murdered. The house now sitting empty nearly 1 year after the crime. It was a crime that shocked this picturesque Sandy Springs neighborhood. 71-year-old Kay Thomason stabbed to death inside her house on Old Woodbine Road.
We just never have had anything like this.
Nearly 1 year ago, police swarmed the community, speaking with neighbors, gathering evidence, and hunting for a killer.
People were on alert, and several of us added security lights and cameras.
Thomason's relatives found her body after she missed an appointment. The man seen in this surveillance video outside her house is wanted for the crime. A $100,000 reward is still on the table.
That's a lot of money for something. You don't hear those kind of rewards.
You know, because of the reward, we expected to get a few more tips than we did.
Although there's been a lack of leads, Sandy Springs police say there is reason to be hopeful.
Right now we have DNA evidence at a private lab that we're waiting on some additional test results to come back, and we've been given some very optimistic feedback from the lab.
He says those test results should come back within the next 4 to 6 weeks.
We've never stopped working this case.
Now, police believe the suspect in that surveillance video also stole Kay's car. That car was later recovered, and police tell me they are testing DNA from inside of it. For now, I'm live in Fulton County. Ashley Thompson, CBS 46 News.
Hoping for justice today for Kay. Ashley, thank you. Download the CBS 46 app for instant updates on this and other developing stories. Text CBS 46 to 23765.
Well, the Bulldogs sitting down with Attorney General's office late today as they announced millions in debt. This is relief to students of a now defunct technical school. Chief Investigator Jonathan Carlson is here with what all of this means, Jonathan.
Yeah, that debt relief for all these students, very important news. ITT Tech had 4 locations in Georgia. The now shuttered for-profit school accused of pressuring students into accepting loans with unusually high interest rates. 417 students will have $4.1 million in debt wiped clean after a flurry of lawsuits and a multi-year investigation involving ITT and the lender.
We hope it sends a message that this type of abusive lending practice won't be tolerated.
Those impacted will be contacted. We'll have more on this coming up at 6 o'clock, but good news for those impacted.
Yeah, what a relief.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bulldog.
You bet.
Working hard. All right, if you have something you need to be investigated, email the Bulldog at cbs46.com.
Now a CBS 46 health alert. The state health department confirms a 7th case of measles here in Georgia. Health officials now say the new case involves an unvaccinated person from Metro Atlanta who recently traveled overseas. They say the patient was at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport but was not infectious at the time. The Department of Public Health is notifying those who may have been exposed. This is all part of a nationwide measles outbreak. More than 1,000 cases have been reported in 28 states. The Atlanta-based Centers for Disease Control says this is the biggest number of cases reported since 1992. Measles can cause severe complications, including pneumonia and brain swelling. Children under 5 and adults over 20 are more likely to suffer complications. Experts say the best way to protect yourself and your family from measles is by getting vaccinated.
Let's go to Cobb County now, where a new and improved safety bar is going up in front of the Concord covered bridge. Crews were out there today hanging up the new safety bar meant to alert drivers of the low bridge before they even get to it. Despite warning signs, the historic bridge has been struck 22 times since its renovation just in 2017. The most recent accident happened just last week. Here at CBS 46, we continue to strive to get results for our viewers.
Just ahead, you'll hear from 2 victims wrongly accused of drunk driving and an update on the police officer who charged them.
Rapper Lil Durk granted bond in attempted murder case. I'm Ayanna Crystal. I'll have those details coming up.
It's called the Story Bus Adventure. Pete the Cat and the Missing Cupcakes was read by the author on a bus, and I got to be a part of it.
Time right now to take another look at your pinpoint traffic out there right now, and you can see some slow go here along the top end of I-285 near Paces Ferry Road. It's due to an accident spot that happened today, but of course you know it takes some time for those delays to get out of there. CBS 46's Glenn Marshall has another pinpoint traffic update coming up in just a few minutes. CBS 46 is getting results tonight in the case of a former police officer accused of falsely arresting people for DUI. CBS 46 first exposed the actions of then Officer Mark Lofton with the Statham Police Department more than 3 years ago.
Now some of those who he took to jail have been vindicated in a major, big way. Our Adam Murphy is live in Buckhead with the latest information. Adam?
Sean, I'm here on Piedmont Road at the law firm representing those arrested for DUI. They sued the city of Statham over what they consider bogus charges, and it has been a long road for those involved.
Are you on any types of medications or anything?
It's a moment Mary Williams will never forget.
Yeah.
The day she was charged with DUI in the city of Statham.
We'll be paying for the rest of our lives.
It happened nearly 4 years ago when former officer Mark Lofton arrested her for driving while taking antidepressant medication prescribed by her doctor.
I think that they know what they did was wrong, but they're never going to admit that.
The same thing happened to Adam Carpenter. He was arrested for DUI, even though his drug test came back negative.
It's been a struggle because, some people are skeptical and think that, maybe I was on drugs or something, and I wasn't.
The charges were later dropped after the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia investigated their cases and found significant errors in several of the DUI drug investigations performed by Lofton.
It was an embarrassment, really, because who's going to believe that a police officer did this to a person?
So they turned to a high-powered law firm in Atlanta to litigate their cases. The city of Statham settled for $225,000.
It didn't have to come to this point. When they were arrested, they would have been perfectly happy, and what they asked for was that their criminal charges be dismissed, which any reasonable person looking at the video would have done.
It's certainly vindication for both Adam and Mary, but in no way changes their perception of the city of Statham. While Mark Lofton no longer works for the Statham Police Department or any other law enforcement agency, I'm told the mayor, police chief, and city attorney still do. Live in Buckhead, Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Adam, thank you. If you have something you want us to investigate, call the number you see on your screen. That's 404-327-3131, or email the investigators at cbs46.com. We will work to get results.